What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Marriage Unmastered. As always, it's me, your host Hen, and I'm here with my beautiful co-host Shireal.
Hey, hey, what's going on?
You sound a little tired, baby. You good?
No, I'm a little tired.
Oh, she's actually tired. It's all good, cause I'm
Mm-hmm.
not. I'll carry us tonight.
Yes, do it.
So, yeah, I hope y'all had a wonderful Easter weekend. We did. The kids had fun. We went to service. We had a wonderful dinner. My wife was blazing the stoves, the pots and the pans. She even got a little burnt.
Oh my
That
goodness.
let when okay. So let me say this first before we get into the podcast, fellas. If you ever notice your spouse, your wife gets like burned on her arm, her forearm, or her hand from like the pots and pans or the oven, that means she's cooking with her heart. Like you know what I'm saying.
You are
That's
ridiculous.
that's that's like saying I'll pay for you for dinner. Like let's go out to dinner. I'll pay.
Are you sure it is a payment?
That's the equivalent. That's like that's just a beautiful thing when like and it's so funny because I tell Cheryl when she be like, dang, I didn't burn myself. I'd be like, I just love you. Like because when she burn herself, that lets me know that she's really taking her time and she focused.
Taking my time. Maybe I should be slowing down if I'm burning myself.
No, I don't know. I just like it. But But anyway, y'all, we are here, episode, what's this, 11? No, this 12 right here.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 12, year either 6 or year 5.5.
I think we left off at 5.5 last week.
Ah, okay. All right, all right, all right. So, yeah, 5, year 5.5. So, I'll
Mm-hmm.
give you a little quick recap.
Yeah.
We were talking about moving in with family. We're getting ready to purchase a home. And things fell through. I lost my job. So we're in this big transition. We're moving. We done already moved. So
Yeah.
we're in with my sister at the time. And so now we got to recalibrate and we got to rethink everything.
And it's all four of us in one room. However, it wasn't as bad as it sounds. Like
Mm-hmm.
the kids were little, so they didn't really know, or really even care. They were at that age where they wanted to sleep with us. So
Yeah.
that wasn't as bad as it sounds. It was bad for me and Henry, but it wasn't bad for the kids.
Yeah, it was. You know when you with family or when you with friends and you're in somebody else's space, you can't do what you would like to do, and everything is just different. You know, it's like being a kid all over again. Sometimes you feel like you're walking on eggshells. You want to eat certain things and you don't. It's just different, you know. Um,
So this what here this so we left off right. You said with we at your sister's and the deal for the house just fell through and you lost your job, right?
mm,
So now this is like I say like October, November. Now we've been there since I want to say June, like end of June. We've been there since like mid June. Now it's October. This is really when we were supposed to be moving now.
yeah, we were supposed to be moving in the house,
But
getting it fixed
everything
up.
flipped upside down. Like we now don't have a house, no contract, and we don't also have the income. So the bank loan is now not even valid because we don't have both incomes.
Yeah, and then our realtor was like, we told our realtor he was like, that's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to buy a house without no income.
So now we're like, okay. Henry's like, okay, I gotta find a job now. Now this is right around now we're talking about end of the year. This October, November. It's about to be holiday season. There ain't nobody hiring. So Henry goes on unemployment for a little while. Then we go into the holidays.
Wait, but not only that, we were getting like those checks from
Those
President Trump.
no, no, not yet. We not there yet.
You said unemployment, right?
This is October
Okay, October,
when you
October.
first got on unemployment.
Yeah.
So I'm happy you mentioned that though, because now we run into the holiday season, right? So everything is cool. Like we all just like it's holiday season. Everybody's happy. It's cool. We all in the house together. Whatever. It's the holiday season. You want to be around family like that, right? Then come January, and stuff changes really fast. So there's Kobe Bryant dies, right?
mm.
This is like, what is happening? Oh my God, this is crazy. And then like the next day, it's like two things on the news right now. It's Kobe Bryant dying, and then there's this virus in China. They shutting China
No,
down.
no, no. It was on a ship, on a cruise ship.
No, well, no, but the whole thing was on the news was stuff is going crazy. Like people getting sick, they shutting stuff down. Like, and we like, oh, that's over in China though. It ain't gonna hit America, right?
Mm.
So that stuff just start happening like crazy. And we are watching the news, and Henry's like looking for jobs, and I think you had decided at that point too, like to go to real estate school. Was
Yeah.
that so? So he had kind of stopped looking for a job. Like I'm gonna get my real estate license. I'm gonna start going into property management. So we like, oh, okay, we both had thought that was a great idea. So he does that, and in the midst of all of this, things in the world starts changing rapidly. So by the time March comes in, everybody knows what March 2020 was, the shutdown of America. So now, mind you, it's March. We've been there since June. So what is that? June, July, August, September, October,
That's
November,
like
December,
almost eight
January,
months.
February, March. We've been there 8 months. We supposed to be there 2 months. Now we live with his sister. We've been there 8 months, right? And now the world shuts down. The whole world shuts down, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody could leave the house. So let's give you a picture of our living situation. Henry and me and the two kids are living in one room. His sister, her husband, and then there are three kids at the time, right? Three kids came home, and then
Mm-hmm.
eventually the other kid came home. So that's five plus nine of us in the house together. Now, at first, again, everything is cool because, it was the holidays, it was this, it was that. Like, everybody wanted to be around each other. But eventually, everybody don't want to be around each other.
That junk was like that junk was like cabin fever.
Yo, like, the good thing about his sister's house is they had, like, an outside, like, a backyard, like, but it was the winter time. So we wasn't really in the backyard. Like, we were kind of all in the house. Like, for a long time. It's just like y'all know what COVID was. It was crazy. Like there was a lot of good things that happened for us in that situation though. Like with our kids, like we hear a lot about the COVID generation, the kids that never saw people. They was always like in the house. Our kids was surrounded by people, so they didn't get that like
Yeah.
isolated
Effect.
effect. Like they were literally surrounded by people all the time. So that was like a blessing because our kids are social, like super
Mm-hmm.
social. Like they love to like they don't have any of those COVID symptoms. They've never had. So that was a blessing. We also had help, right? Like we're in a house with their family, like their aunties, their uncles, their cousins, like so if we wanted like a couple minutes to ourselves, go upstairs. Like we're sitting upstairs. So we were really blessed, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like a blessing in that sense, but it was a curse in the sense that like we're grown people, like we have kids, we want our own space, like it was like a battle.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely a struggle. Just like you said, dealing with all of that and everybody, and then trying to dealing with the emotion of like me not working at the time, and it's like,
Mm. And then the
you,
unknown of that, like, okay, you're not working. When are
yeah,
we ever gonna move? Like,
yeah,
when are we gonna?
that was tough. Thank God for President Trump at the time.
No, that's where the stimulus checks comes in.
What? So on top of like getting unemployment, I think I got like the max rate for unemployment every week. So every week, bomb. And then those stimulus checks was coming in, bomb. I was like,
Yo, people was talking about Trump, but they was cashing them checks.
so we making bringing in bread like,
So we started saving our money like right away because we was like,
mm-hmm.
okay, we're clear. Oh, so then we was like, okay, when like around May, things kind of started to open up a little bit again. Like you could go outside with a mask. So we hit our realtor up like, yo, we need to start looking for houses again because we had stacked some money. And then Henry, had found a job like by May,
Yeah, I
and
started like the day after my birthday.
yep. So we was like, okay, he need to work 30 days and then we need to get back on this house grind. So that's what we did.
Yep.
And that turned into the COVID housing era. Now, anybody that tried to buy a house during COVID experienced the people who was buying houses like 30, 50,000 above asking, putting down like cash, like to buy their houses.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so Henry and I would bid on a house and like people was outbidding us crazy. And I'm the type of person, like, first of all, we were in Connecticut. If anybody knows anything about Connecticut housing market is like 100-year-old houses. They're not a bunch of new developments. They're not like they're houses that need to like remodeling. Like, oh, it's nice, but let me gut the kitchen. Oh,
Absolutely.
it's nice, but like it might have asbestos. Oh, it's nice, like
But it,
but
it might got lead paint.
yeah,
Like,
like it's like so any like I refused to pay anything above asking. I was trying to negotiate, like so we were getting outbid like crazy because people were just buying houses. They were like, they was coming in from other states. Like Connecticut, it was like one of the escape states. People was leaving New York trying to get into Connecticut because COVID was like pushing people out of the city pretty much.
yeah, and I think Connecticut, we were the ones on like the forefront of how to manage COVID and live
Yeah,
with it.
our governor did a really good job.
Yeah, who was that? Governor Malloy?
Malloy, Lamont.
Oh, Lamont. Yeah, we had great methods, with mask and.
It was just being managed very well. So
Mm-hmm.
so we but that caused a problem for us when it came to us buying a house. So I think we had to bid on like 15 houses,
Yeah.
and it had become like traumatic, like traumatic. So now we're into like July. And so by July, we got another surprise. Yo, this is getting worse. I forgot how bad this time period was. By July, we found out I was pregnant.
Oh yeah.
So now, mind you, let's remind y'all of the backdrop. We're in his sister house with it's 9 of us in there, right? We've been in the house now for like 11 months together, right? And so we tell everybody I'm pregnant. Nobody's happy. Like the first baby when we
And
told him we was pregnant, everybody was screaming, excited, like it was just like a celebration. Second baby, everybody was happy, like, oh my God, I can't believe we're pregnant again. This is crazy. Celebration. This kid, we're pregnant. What?
yeah.
Pregnant? My mother was like, are you happy? Like that was what my mother said to me. Like, are you happy? I was like, am I happy? I'm pregnant.
Now,
Like,
mind you, Sherelle kept a lot of things from me of what was being told to her on the end, cause she know I'm a little crazy, and I would have like made a couple calls and said something to somebody respectfully, but she lucky she ain't really tell me, cause how do you tell somebody, like talk to somebody like that, that's found out news like that, from my perspective. First of all, that's my wife. Number two, where's your dignity? Where's your, like,
whoa.
you know what I'm saying? Where's your pause at? Like, you don't understand this. Like, this woman is carrying a child. And
Nobody was happy.
I'm sorry, I don't want to get upset. Go ahead, continue.
No, no, it's fine. Like it was like, so I don't know. I don't know if I was also overwhelmed with just like the stress of like, oh my God, like we're in this housing situation, and so I was like highly stressed and sad, like really, really sad that nobody was like excited about this baby except for me and Henry and his mother, my mother-in-law,
Mm-hmm.
bless her heart. Like the three of us were the only people excited about this baby, and I would be like crying, like just sad that like our situation wasn't the way we thought it was going to be, and nobody was happy, and it just felt, I don't know, and when you're pregnant all your emotions are heightened, so I was just really, really sad. And then I wound up having a miscarriage. So
Mm.
when we went to go like check on the baby, like they couldn't find a heartbeat. And then anyways, it was just, yeah, it was not a great time. So that happened. So like literally it was like COVID, can't get a house, miscarriage. Like it was just a lot that was happening
Mm-hmm.
at the time. And so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So we start working, like you said, we saving our money, start transitioning, and so we were like, you know what? Let's start to look at this other complex.
But before we got there, I want to just push back a little bit back into May. So in May, now mind you, this is in the midst of Henry literally looking for a job. He didn't get his job just yet. It is happened in the beginning of May. He comes to me and he says, "Sherelle, God gave me a vision to
Ah,
do something to help
to, yeah.
marriages." And mind you, we're in year 5, guys, 5.5. I'm like, do what with marriages? He like, God gave me a vision to help marriages. I'm like, okay, go ahead. Like, I don't know what you want to do with that. Like, and I can't
No,
remember.
you was like, go ahead. You was like, I'm not gonna be part of that, but you can go ahead and do something
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, how are we gonna help marriages? Like, look at us.
yeah.
Like that was my response. And then I can't remember what you said. Like, you didn't say podcast though. What was the first thing that you said? Like,
I can't remember if it was a podcast, not podcast. Remember exactly, but it was something around just to help marriages, like I don't know, like counseling or like a therapy or like groups or something like that.
and I was like, bro, first of all, who we counseling? We ain't therapists. And I was like, and I don't know what you mean when you say ministry. Like, you could go preach about marriage. I don't know. Like, that got nothing to do with me. Like, I was totally like not on. I wasn't not on board, but I was not on board with me being a part of it. So, but it was like,
Yeah, she was like, I will support you.
but from the back, like I'll ride with you to your event. Like, I
Yeah,
wasn't
like
trying
I
to
don't
be
want to
a
be
part of it.
involved. I don't want to be
Yeah,
a
because I
part of
was
it,
like, I'm
Henry.
not, and I was like, I was like, I don't know if you even want me to be a part of it. You know me, like I'm me. I'm not about to pretend I'm like extra like anything for anybody. Like this is who I am, take it or leave it. So so then he just kept talking to me about it and like, no, Shara, I really think let's just try to like, this is when like people was doing Instagram live, mind you, it's COVID. So I'm just saying let's do like some Instagram lives or whatever. I was like, do what? Like do what on Instagram live? What are we gonna do? Like I was not feeling it. Like, and then he's like, I don't know. So he kept, what, help me out. You're not saying anything. Like I can't really remember. Like,
What I didn't keep bugging you was like, no. Then you said, okay, if we're gonna do it, it got to be real, like it no jokes.
that's
And I was like,
okay.
she was, why you stopping me now?
No,
Like,
I'm thinking like, okay,
oh
yeah, that
yeah.
happened.
And I was like, all right, okay, cool. So I started like writing down stuff, getting it together, and I think we did like a commercial, like to promote it.
To promote, we didn't know what, but
Yeah, we did
just
like
to
a
promote something.
promoting on IG, like a little flyer or whatever, with music in the background. So like a little anticipation build up.
Build
And,
up to nothing.
yeah,
We didn't know what it was.
and then we did an Instagram live,
Our first one
and it was in my sister's on the side of her
on the
house,
side of her house
and
on
we
the
were
grass.
outside. We had like a little blanket out. And
It was springtime,
yeah.
like mid-May, so it was nice cool weather in CT. But it was oh, so before we actually but before we did our flyer, we had to come up with a name for whatever this thing was.
Mm.
And so I was like, if that's when I gave Henry the rant, like if it's gonna be anything, it gotta be real, like it gotta be honest, like it's like we're married but we don't know nothing, like like it gotta be really clear. We're just figuring this thing out, like. And then it was like, I don't know, it need to be like unmastered. And then it was like, oh, that's kind of dope. We was like marriage unmastered.
Yeah.
And now, if you think about everything we just told you, like clearly we were unmastered. And if you listen to us ever,
Yeah.
clearly we're
But
still
the idea,
unmastered.
the idea and the concept was and the passion was there. And it still is. Like it was there. So
hmm
that's how Marriage Unmastered was birthed and
That
born.
is the birth of what you are listening to right now. Year 5.5, y'all. So if you're in the year one, two, three, four, or even five of your marriage and you just haven't figured out what is happening, just know at 5.5, there might be a revelation. Anyways, y'all, that is a wrap for this episode. We really appreciate talking to y'all, and we hope you're enjoying this reflection back over our last 10 years of marriage.
All right. Peace.
Talk to you next time.